Anyone can get lucky, not everyone can persevere. Today on Fortitude through Stoicism, and this is my 365-day journey of implementing the ancient philosophy of Stoicism into the life of this modern masculine man. And I will say, since I've started this Stoic journey, it has had massive impact in my life. However, it has also exposed me to other philosophies, other philosophers, other ideologies. This path is never ending. Like Socrates, I know nothing. So every day I challenge what I believe I know, and I go into the new day being a complete, open, and blank slate. This one always kind of resonated with me because this one I experienced and witnessed throughout my life. And so as we talk about Plato talking about theory and Aristotle talking about observation experience, this is one that I have observation and experience in. But first, a quote by Seneca. Success comes to the lowly and to the poorly talented. True. But the special characteristic of a great person is to triumph over the disasters and panics of human life. So what Ryan Holiday is saying here in the Daily Stoic is, perhaps you know people who have been extraordinarily lucky in life, whether they won the lottery, they've skated through life. My personal experience is children of wealthy parents, right? I grew up with kids that parents are wealthy, and I have a friend of mine who's literally done nothing in life except live off of daddy. It's not impressive at all. I've never been impressed by people with money who did not earn it, or people with, these lives that some would envy, but they didn't earn it. So what Ryan is saying here is anyone can get lucky. But there is no skill in being oblivious, and no one would consider greatness. On the other hand, the person that has persevered with difficulties, who keeps going when others quit, who has built their success on fortitude and resilience, not a birthright, and that's the life I'm trying to lead. Again, I've talked about it. I come from very humble beginnings, very poor, worked in local farms, I'd steal food to eat. True story. I've taken care of myself. I left home when I was 17 years old. And even when I got hurt playing college football, went to the Marines at 18, I was sending money home to my mom. I remember my bi-weekly paycheck after they took everything out was like $397. That was my bi-weekly paycheck from boot camp. Because they take out all this stuff, your showers and all these things in boot camp. They actually take out the expenses for that stuff, all this stuff that you get. So there's not very much left over, but nonetheless, I sent what I could home to mom. The reason why I did that, and it's a little bit of a tangent, is because I witnessed her sacrifice. And so for me, that was a small thank you, and at 18 years old. So there are other kids that are still in their 40s that I know that are still living off of their parents. It's not the life I want to lead. It's not a life of virtue. It's not a life of honor, in my opinion. Now, have there been times in my life when I was envious? Oh my God, yeah. Every time I've had a hardship in my life, I'm like, man, it'd be so great to just go to daddy. Be like, hey dad, I need money. I don't do that. I've never borrowed money from my father or my mother. I borrowed money when I was like fucking 18 or something from my grandmother, but I paid her back. I don't believe in safety nets. That doesn't build resilience. It builds laziness and apathy. if you always know that you have a plan B, then you never put 100% into plan A. It's the truth. That's how people think. And it's especially true when you get subsidies or lotteries or any of these other things. If you have any type of handout, you'll never be as frugal with the money as you otherwise would have been had you earned it. That's the truth. My personal experience, I did my bachelor's at Binghamton University. So New York has state school systems, SUNY. And Binghamton was one of arguably the best academic state schools in New York, but nationally it was considered one of the best values in education. So what you would have was, in New York, you'd have all the rich people on Long Island would give their kids an option. You can go to private school and no car, or you can go to a state school and I'll buy you a brand new car. So our school was loaded with wealthy Long Island kids who were all in frats. None of them went to class because they'd send one kid to take notes, the lowest kid on the totem pole or whatever it would be. And, because they all took the test and they all shared it. I mean, college, the frats, they didn't really go to school. It was more of a game for them. And, but on the other hand, I never missed a class in college. I was in the Marine Corps Reserves, I was an RA, I was working an internship, and I had a full-time night job to put myself through college. I wasn't gonna miss the shit. I was doing all that work to be there, right? So I earned it. Now listen, I think I graduated somewhere between a 3.0 and a 3.3. I don't know. But if you look at everything that I did in college while I was getting that 3.3, which I think it's a B, right? I'm some B student in college. But the impressive thing is, to get that B, again, I was a Marine Corps infantry reservist, and I did rapid deployments. I was an RA in the building. I had an internship at the local fitness club on campus, FitSpace. I was a personal trainer, and I worked gym shifts. So I had my shifts in the residence, I had the shifts in the gym, personal training clients, all my class load, and I played rugby. And I worked full-time night job. I worked 40 hours a week as a bouncer at night. So I did all that. So the B, to me, is impressive. The B is impressive because I went to class. I took my own notes. Truth be told, I did not read the books. I did not in college. I refused because I figured this guy is so egotistical. He's going to sit up there and regurgitate everything that he's actually going to test us on. Worked for me. Worked for me. Really did. I did not read the books. True story. Went to class, took notes, did not miss a class, and that's how I got a B. I'd never read through one textbook in college. After college, I read over 1,000 books because I got to pick what I wanted to read. That was my choice. In college, I was being forced to do this, this, and this to fit in a box. Okay, I'll check the box. Retained nothing, virtually nothing. I'm an incredibly intelligent person. College is a complete joke. Huge waste of money. You can get the same education for $1.50 at your local public library, and that's if you had a late fee, because that shit is free. It's embarrassing, the educational system in this country. It's a facade. It's so that we can pump money. I'm not going into it. Not going into it. But the point is, it's the work that is admirable. So anyone can get lucky. Anyone can get handouts from daddy. Anyone can win the lottery. Anyone can be a trophy. Well, not everyone can be a trophy wife, but I know plenty of women that they have that life. They have that life because they have that look. And that's okay. For me, I'm going to persevere through my difficulties. I'm going to stare at those disasters. Just had them, living one right now. Still fighting. Car was a complete loss. First floor of our place was underwater. So what's for lunch? And on that, we're out of here.